buddy. Hey, it's me.
Here we go. Hey.
Hello, thank you for joining us for the Natural Lifestyle Show.
I'm Angel.
And I'm Billy, and we have baby. Hey, baby, say.
And today we're talking about fecal transplants or poop transplant, whatever you want to say.
Oh.
Is that funny word?
Transplant. Is that like, are you trying to revive it? I mean...
Well, when you transplant something, you move it from one place to the other.
I moved mine to the toilet.
But this is really, really cool and really important for people who have stomach problems like C. diff is a kind of bacteria that if you take antibiotics, a lot of your bacteria gets killed off, but the C. diff can remain and take over and cause chronic diarrhea and even cause, can kill some people. It's really bad.
Yeah, so is this something new?
No, it's not new, but it's gotten worse because lately, in the last few years, maybe because of so many antibiotics or whatever.
Okay.
But there's like 2 antibiotics that the doctors usually use to treat people, but they're not really that effective. As a matter of fact, let's see here, a study showed that 3 out of 14 people in this particular study showed no diarrhea with the antibiotics, while 13 out of 16 people found relief with the fecal transplant.
Wow, that's a big difference.
Yeah, most of the time people say that it's immediate, like as soon as they get the transplant, they don't have diarrhea after that, that they're just well again.
That's awesome.
And if it doesn't take the first time, you do it again, and then then they'll find relief. So basically, I believe personally, so many people found relief. I think that it just cures it, because what it does is it takes, the poop from one person that's healthy, has good gut flora, and just take it and put it into, by way of enema, usually something along those lines, into another person, and their colon will colonize with the healthy bacteria, and just, the C. diff just won't be able to run.
Okay.
Run wild anymore. They'll have the regular competition, and they'll be, put in their place, kind of.
Okay.
But
very interesting.
Yeah, you can't just. There's a procedure to do it. People have done it at home, and I'm not advocating that, because there's doctors that do it too.
Yeah, I don't advocate anything like that. That's not good.
Well, it's up to you. It's up to individual, right. People have rights to do things. I'm not telling you to do it. But there's websites that have do-it-yourself instructions and lots of information at thepowerofpoop.com and fecaltransplant.org, and that'll be in the sources.
So what kind of equipment would you need for that?
Well, I watched a video, and this woman, she does it for her daughter who had a chronic stomach disease. I don't think it was C. diff. It might have been Crohn's. What's wrong? Because there was a study at Seattle Children's Hospital that found that this significantly helped children with Crohn's disease.
Okay.
So people with these chronic diseases are finding, sometimes that it helps. But anyway, she'd been doing it with her daughter for a while. Her daughter does it every day. She has a blender, a strainer, saline solution, because I think she just takes her poop. I'm not giving you instructions, I'm just telling you what I saw in the video, and I'm probably leaving out a lot of stuff. But basically, she took her poop, blended it up, strained it, and she called it a slurry then. And put it in a syringe, and, just stuck it in.
Okay.
And, yeah. But I remember she did say that if you blend the poop too much, air can get into it, and it can become infected with like a really dangerous bacteria.
I understand. So you gotta be really careful with stuff like that.
Yeah, so it's not just something you just don't want to know what you're doing. You've got to know what you're doing when you're dealing with stuff like this. But also, some doctors are putting it in, like they're isolating the bacteria. One doctor's doing it with pills. He's isolating the bacteria with pills, and the people have to take like 30 or 40 pills. Some people use a tube down the nose into the stomach, which really I would rather have it as an enema. Honestly.
No, they're both pretty rough.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. In 4th century China, the Chinese were doing this for people who were sick and had food poisoning, so this is nothing new. I guess maybe it's a little common sense too, because a lot of things are common sense like that. Like, somebody's lacking one thing, help them out, with what they're lacking. So that's really cool. I just wanted to share that with y'all. And, you know, for more information, click on the links below. If I don't have the links under the video,
Click, click.
they'll be on the blog post and the sources. But, yeah, just wanted to share this with you. This is pretty natural, I think. Tucky tuck. So the FDA was making the doctors that wanted to do this transplant for their patients go through like an experimental drug procedure, like apply with the FDA for an experimental drug, like permit or whatever you call it. I don't know.
Usually,
Just
like
permission.
the FDA's got to have control over everything.
Yeah,
right?
I guess so. They were making these doctors get specific permission, and the doctors were like, well, the patients are suffering while we're sitting here waiting, you know, or whatever. So finally, thank goodness, thank God, the FDA said, you know, gave them permission to go ahead and do it for their patients. So, you know, the doctors are able to do this now. And like I said, some people are, you know, the doctors had been given the patients instructions to do it at home and doing it in the office. So, you know, like I said, it would probably be a good idea if you did it at home to either research it very, very well or talk to your doctor about it. Because if you have C. diff or a chronic disease, chances are you probably going to a doctor anyway. So
Yeah.
just, you know, print off a study or whatever, take it to them and say, hey.
Because sometimes they don't know what all's going on out there.
Yeah, I mean, up and coming new things. You have to educate sometimes.
Yeah, medical field's always changing. Sometimes for the good, sometimes not.
But this really cool thing, I mean, I just think it's really, really nice when something has such a high cure rate, so easy, simple, non-invasive, no side effects, you know, if done right. So, cool. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our newsletter, our channel, like our video, visit us on Facebook and Twitter,
And
write
leave
us a letter.
comment.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, leave us a comment.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.